Okay. So good evening all. This is Venkanna. So today I'll be discussing about mathematics optional, how we can score more than 350 marks. So this is actually many people are interested to score more than 350 marks, being mathematics is one of the optional which is a very high scoring subject, right? But the problem is you need to identify the problems that are associated with scoring 350 marks. So mainly the problem behind that is the syllabus of mathematics, which includes master's level of mathematics, and that too covering the topics from multiple areas. So there are certain topics that are coming purely from the mathematics background. There are certain topics that comes from the engineering mathematics, and there are certain topics that are specifically the physics related topics like statics, dynamics, and mechanics and fluid dynamics, right? So these are all the topics actually which comprehensively covers entirely the mathematics optional. So in total we have around 13 different topics of mathematics optional. So out of these 13 different topics actually so paper 1 will have 6 topics and paper 2 will have 7 topics. So total we have 13 different topics. The problem is not all the people are experts in all the topics. So the people whoever is coming from MSc background, they are actually very good at the pure maths and to some extent the engineering mathematics, because actually there is a lot of overlap between the engineering mathematics and as well as the pure maths, because this is only the application of the pure maths, right? But the problem associated with other topics like statics, dynamics and fluid dynamics and mechanics, so these are all the topics they are not very keen on. But coming to the other side, the engineering mathematics people, that is whoever is coming from the engineering background, they are very good at the application mathematics. They are very strong in calculus and applied calculus. So that is partial differential equations and so normal calculus, real analysis, all those topics, the engineering people are very strong. And for them actually even the mechanics, fluid dynamics and statics and dynamics, these are also to some extent actually they feel it is very easy because they are coming from the engineering background. If they are from electrical engineering or electronics engineering background, they may not have been studied this statics and dynamics part, but definitely it is part of first year syllabus. Usually almost all the universities cover this statics, dynamics and the fluid dynamics part in the first year itself. But other engineering background people like mechanical engineering and civil engineering people, if they take it, they study for almost 3-4 years the statics and dynamics and mechanics and fluid dynamics part also as part of other subjects like that is strength of materials and fluid dynamics. These are all the topics actually which covers this mathematics syllabus into a gross level, right? So that way they have an advantage, like these physics topics are already covered, right? But many of the people, what I feel is many students of mine actually they simply say that actually can I leave this particular topic? The answer to that is no. Whatever may be the topic it is, the answer is no, because UPSC comprehensively covers all the topics. It gives weightage for all the topics. That's why actually you cannot leave any of the topic in mathematics syllabus out of all the 13 different topics. But you can intelligently do something else. That is, suppose if you wanted to leave the statics and dynamics topics. So statics and dynamics, being it is a physics topic and the depth of knowledge that is required is also very high, and for especially applied mathematics people it may be easy. For pure maths people it will be a little bit tougher topic, right? For that reason what they do is, so I suggest you just isolate that portion of the syllabus where UPSC is focusing more. That is an intelligent way of analyzing the syllabus, right? And if you notice UPSC, so based on my experience actually I have been teaching this subject for more than actually 15 years, and based on my experience what I notice in UPSC pattern is UPSC almost every year focus a particular area of the syllabus, not the entire comprehensive syllabus. That is very important to understand. Very niche areas actually UPSC focus. If you are able to intelligently identify that portion of the syllabus, then your preparation will be very easy, and you can still score very good score without actually preparing the entire topic. So that particular piece of information is very important to understand. I'll show you with the data, not just the words actually I say. So what I show is for the past 11 years of data from 2014 to 2024, I have comprehended the complete data from which topic, how many marks that are coming. And that too, if you take one particular topic, let us say if you take conic sections or you take it, analytical geometry, you take it. In the analytic geometry, there are multiple parts in it. Again, that multiple parts you subdivide it so that you can identify that area where the weightage is more. Then you can isolate that area so that you can easily prepare that portion of the syllabus and still you will be able to get very good score out of it with lesser effort. This way, if you are able to classify the portion of the syllabus where UPSC is focusing, then you can get easy score, right? Let me show you that. See this. So this is actually the pace of, so this is actually analytic space of UPSC syllabus. In this analytic space, from 2014 to 2024, and within this year's range, I just actually asked to load the graphs. And these graphs, so it lists all the 13 different topics. So analytic geometry, calculus, complex analysis, dynamics and statics, linear algebra, linear programming, mechanics and fluid dynamics, and modern algebra, numerical analysis and computer programming, ordinary differential equations, partial differential equations, real analysis, vector calculus. So all these things are listed here with the corresponding average marks in that particular topic for all the 11 years averaged out. That is, analytic geometry consistently averaging out to be 75 marks, and this mechanics and fluid dynamics, it is coming out to be 71 marks, and dynamics and statics, it is coming out to be 68 marks, and linear algebra, it is coming out to be 69 marks. Now, out of all these topics, if you notice consistently, the average is coming out to be very less for linear programming, which is coming out to be 37. And obviously the syllabus of linear programming is less, that's why actually the weightage is less. And complex analysis also, when compared to all other topics, the syllabus of the complex analysis, though it may be little tougher, but the syllabus is less. So that's why actually it has got 50 marks. And modern algebra also actually it has got average out to be 49 marks. It's not very high. Got it? So this is also very important to note. Many people feel that modern algebra, especially for engineering people, they feel it is a tough topic to handle. So this is modern algebra, it is coming out to be 49 marks average. Now, and vector analysis also coming out to be 47 marks average. Now this one, you can actually even just take only 1 year data and then actually you can still see this. So 2024 to 2024, if you take the range, then actually it is coming out to be numerical analysis and computer programming coming out to be 85, and mechanics and fluid dynamics is coming out to be 75, and dynamics and statics is coming out to be 75, linear algebra is 70, and analytic geometry is 80. See this? So these are all the top areas where you can focus on, right? So you just take the average of the few years, maybe past 5 years or maybe past 10 years, you take it. Based on that, you can devise your preparation strategy, right? So here I'll just go in detail. That is, for the past 11 years averaged out, I take only one topic, let us say analytic geometry, I take it, and I see which area is very important to prepare. See this? So if you just load this analytic geometry topic, and then if you see the graph of analytic geometry, specifically from 2014 to 2024, and UPSC subtopic weightage of analytic geometry, and this is conic sections coming out to be 39.55, and coordinate systems, it is coming out to be 2.73, and lines and distances, it is coming out to be 6.82 marks, and planes and spheres, it is coming out to be 21.82, and quadratic surfaces is coming out to be 4.55. These are actually the average marks, right? For the past 11 years, actually, it is the average coming out to be that particular portion. Now, from this, you can clearly make out what is the syllabus that needs to be focused very, very high. Now, see this. Here quadratic surfaces, so this is the syllabus. So this syllabus exactly maps to UPSC syllabus, this portion of the syllabus. So I have divided the analytic geometry into 5 different topics, that is conic sections, coordinate systems, lines and distances, planes and spheres, and quadratic surfaces. Like this, I have divided into subparts, and each subpart is associated with the UPSC syllabus. The UPSC syllabus under conic sections is cones, cylinders, paraboloids, ellipsoids, hyperboloids, and one or two sheets and their properties. And this is the portion of this syllabus. It is classified to conic sections. And coordinate systems, Cartesian and polar coordinate systems in 3 dimensions. So this is very easy. And lines and distances, so straight lines, shortest distance between two skew lines, and this portion is separated as lines and distances. And planes and spheres, so there is a separate portion, planes and spheres related syllabus. And quadratic surfaces, so this is quadratic surface in 3 variables, reduction to canonical forms. So this is the syllabus. Actually I have classified, subdivided into 5 different subtopics. Now if you notice clearly, conic sections is having the highest weightage, almost 52.41. That means, suppose if you wanted to leave that conic sections, if you wanted to leave that analytic geometry topic, because actually you might feel it is tougher, don't leave the entire topic. You just focus only the conic sections. Then usually the average is coming out to be 52%. Then obviously even this year also you can expect very good weightage to only that portion of the syllabus, because it is the average syllabus. That means almost consistently every year is coming out to be very high score in that particular area. So earlier actually I mentioned UPSC for the past few years it is consistently focusing only certain portions of the areas. Because of that reason this formula works. Right, now I'll take one more. Suppose if I take another topic, let us say I take ordinary differential equations. Then ordinary differential equations, you see this. So the weightage of first 11 years of ordinary differential equations is, so this is coming out to be 74. Now out of the 74 it was divided like this. So I have divided into formulation and first order differential equations, Laplace transforms, second order and higher order ordinary differential equations, solution techniques, and variables, so variable coefficient ODEs. Now see this, here this portion, formulation and first order differential equation, so this is actually usually got the highest weightage, that is 26.36, and the next highest is actually 13.64 here and 13.64 here. That is Laplace transforms. This is one particular area consistently you can notice there are questions that are coming out to be, and also there is one particular portion in ordinary differential equations, that is the variable coefficient differential equations of higher order. This is very, very important. That is method of variation of parameters and finding out the solution. If you know one solution, I find out the other solution kind of problems. Usually these problems are ignored in your engineering mathematics. So in engineering mathematics, you might have studied the calculus, or you might have studied this ordinary differential equations, but usually you don't focus this and you leave as choice because these are a little bit tougher. But UPSC consistently focus only that little bit tougher portions. So that's why actually it has got that 13.64 weight as variable coefficient ordinary differential equations. And Laplace transforms also actually that is consistently important topic. That's why it is coming out to be. So if at all you wanted to leave any particular topic, then actually don't do this second order, second and higher order ordinary differential equations and the solution techniques. So these are actually straightforward and simple techniques. So that's why actually these topics actually you may not be focusing much. But don't leave this particular portion, that is the formulation of the ordinary differential equations, that is formulation of the differential equations, first order equations, integrating factors, orthogonal trajectories, Clairaut's equation, and the singular solutions. Now these are the portions actually which has occupied 35.8%. So in the bar chart I have shown, at the same time actually I have given this pie chart also. Here actually this red color is coming out to be 35.8%. And the second highest is coming out to be 18.5 here and 18.5 here. That is the Laplace transforms and the variable coefficient ordinary differential equations. These are all the areas where you can focus more. Got it? So this is, see this variable coefficient differential equation, the syllabus actually mapped to UPSC syllabus is variable coefficient cases and Cauchy-Euler equations. So this one's actually it has got the highest weightage. Got it? So that means you can focus only on this particular portion and this portion and this portion. Then you can leave the rest of the part, because actually probability that you may not get questions from the other sections, because consistently these are the areas are actually focused. And you take any other topic, suppose you take this one, let us say statics and dynamics. Many people feel this statics and dynamics is one of the important topic, and most of the people wanted to leave that as choice. Now don't leave that one. See this statics and dynamics. So celestial mechanics, so that is coupling coming out to be Kepler's laws and central forces orbits, and this portion is actually a little bit tougher to understand, central force orbits, right? So little tougher to understand, but that's okay. And equilibrium and stability, so this is very, very important. See this equilibrium and stability, it is coming out to be 21.36 marks, and it has got 31.54 weightage, 31.54 weightage. and in that equilibrium of particles of the system, and stability of equilibrium, and three-dimensional forces equilibrium. These are actually coming out to completely the statics portion, right? So in the statics, equilibrium of body, which has multiple methods, that is so system of as a particle system or a body completely equilibrium, we have to verify both in the rotational direction as well as in the linear direction, right? So for that actually different methods are there, and all those things actually I have discussed clearly in the classes. So this portion is very important to understand. That means if at all you wanted to leave the mechanics statics and dynamics part, then you first prepare only the equilibrium portion. So that equilibrium portion, very high probability that you may get the questions directly from that particular portion even this year also, because consistently it is focused more, and that is the only portion which has got 35%. And remaining thing, if you notice, at least so from 21.36 to next highest is coming out to be 12.27, that is linear and planar motion. So this is actually in the dynamics part, linear motion and the planar motion. That too, linear and planar motion, if you notice, rectilinear motion, motion in a plane, and projectiles. Consistently what I notice is rectilinear motion, that is the motion in a straight line. And that is the portion mostly the questions are coming out to be. That means if you focus only these two areas, then the complete syllabus, if you feel it is very tough to understand, then you focus only the equilibrium of the body and also rectilinear motion, then there is very high probability that you can easily compete with the people whoever is prepared the complete syllabus. So that way you need to intelligently plan your syllabus. That is very important to understand. So that's why actually this tool actually I have developed just to help the students so that you can plan easily which portion you are weak, and even if you are weak, then what is the area that you can target so that you don't leave out the syllabus. You can still compete with the toppers, even though if you have not spent time on the entire topic. Got it? So this way actually I have done this one, and you can make use of this one. And the second important question I wanted to answer. Some of the people came to me and they are asking one particular question. Sir, you give me a set of questions. I will practice only that set of questions from that particular topic so that I can score very well in the real examination. So that means those set of questions that will fetch very good score in UPSC. Such kind of tailored questions actually we want. Got it? So for that reason actually I have developed one more thing, that is from the previous year questions, as well as I have developed a database of the questions, almost like 2500 questions actually I have developed. But to be precise, so 1500 questions I am promising. So I have unified all the questions. That means no repetition. So more or less actually the similar kind of questions actually I have excluded, and I made the unique set of questions. 2500 questions actually I have made in total, but forget about 2500 questions. So you can stick to maybe 700 or 800 questions. That 700 and 800 questions covering all the topics. If you practice that set of questions, that is far more good enough, because which covers all the models. Got it? So in each and every topic out of this 13 different topic, what I have done was I have made a unique set of questions for each and every topic, somewhere around 150 questions. Out of 13 topics, 13 into in and around 150 questions, sometimes 130, 140 questions like that I made from each of the topic. At the same time, I have taken all the UPSC questions of the past 12 years, and that is coming out to be each year actually somewhere around 28 questions. So 28 into, so we have got again 12 years, 24 papers. So 24 papers, and each paper 28 questions, that many number of questions also we have it. So this set of questions, if you are able to practice, then you can be one of the topper definitely. But it is almost impossible to cover all the 2500 or 2800 questions. So that's why you just actually practice those set of questions, that is which are unified and at the examination standard exactly. And that questions, if you are able to practice it, then actually you can be there in the final list, right? So that's why what I have done was, for covering all these things, I have prepared a test series completely, covering around 26 questions, 26 tests. And these 26 tests, it will cover somewhere around 700 questions. So these 700 questions are exactly at the UPSC standard. Some are mixed with the previous year questions. Some are actually the unique questions, actually whatever I have prepared, and mixing together I have made this 26 tests. And the way you need to do is, first you need to answer it, then you have to get it corrected immediately, and once it is corrected, then actually you have to review that each and every question, and you should understand and learn that question in case if you are not able to solve any particular problem. And the goal is, suppose if you rewrite the test maybe after 2 days, once you have seen the results and once you have seen the solutions, after 2 days if you rewrite the same test, you should be able to get 100 out of 100 or actually 250 out of 250. If that is the case, that way if you practice 26 tests, then that is good enough to get very good score in the final examination, because these questions actually I have made in such a manner that UPSC follows certain pattern. What is that pattern? It focuses certain areas of the syllabus only, and that certain areas of the syllabus actually I have comprehended exactly at the same standard of UPSC, and exactly the same kind of models of the questions actually I have taken, and those questions I have kept in the examination. And I am sure actually, so what I promise is I will correct each and every exam of you, whatever you have written. Within the same day I will give the result. And it is actually not just that one, even I give the analytics also. See this here, actually in this particular graph there is a pink color graph also here. You notice that there is a pink color graph. If you write the examination, then I will average out all the topics, that is each and every topic, how many marks I have given the test and how many marks you have got in that particular test. That percentage I will calculate, and that percentage I will scale it to this UPSC marks, so that you can compare your standard where you are in for UPSC preparation. That is, suppose if UPSC average marks of analytic geometry is 75 for the past 11 years, then out of the examinations whatever you have taken, I will take the average of all the questions, percentage whatever you have taken for this analytic geometry only for that particular topic. Even though you write the mock test, I'll extract only the analytic geometry questions of mock test, and then I'll take the percentage. So if you write all the tests, then I'll take all the test average of that particular topic and scale it to this 75. If both pink color graph and blue color graph coming out to be exactly the same level, then you are 100% prepared for that particular topic. You don't need to look back for that particular topic again, because this is an average performance, right? Similarly, for all the topics, you can follow the similar kind of analogy, right? But what I promise is, you don't need to be 100% always. So at least if you cross more than 70%, at least 70% if you cross, then I'm sure you can definitely cross more than 350 marks in the final examination, because the correction system, whatever we have done here, right? So it exactly replicates UPSC standard, because UPSC follows certain principles. Nobody actually till now, actually in our college examinations, usually if you see, if there is an examination for 100 marks, most of the people get even 100 out of 100. Some people will get more than 95 usually. But in UPSC examination, it's not that way. So nobody even got till now 500 out of 500, right? Obviously, right? And they are writing mathematics, and mathematics actually most of the people are intelligent and they present well in a structured way, but still they don't get the full marks. So there are certain factors actually that were taken care. So even here also in our examination process, actually I have taken all such kind of patterns, and based on that I will give the score. Got it? So exactly in the UPSC format, actually I will try to give the score, and based on that it is very tough to get very good score out of it. So that means if you consistently make 350 score in this particular examination, then even in the final examinations also you will get. Even in the final examinations also, I'm sure about it. Whatever the average you are going to get in our test, that average only finally it will reflect in the final examination, because these are exactly the similar kind of UPSC type of questions, and exactly the same format of the final mock tests are actually exactly prepared. So why exactly I am specifying this same format is, so I do consider the topic wise weightage, I do consider the subtopic wise weightage, I do consider the standard of the questions. So these three are the pivotal, so that you can exactly prepare for the UPSC examination. Got it? So based on this, actually I have prepared this test. I'll just actually go through this test series space, and in this actually there are features. See this 1500 plus UPSC level mains questions actually that I have prepared a database. Actually it is more than 2500, but I mentioned only 1500 here. And then actually so this is 12 years. So I have actually till now 2024, from 2014 to 2024 I have given the analytics. Even 2025 also I will be adding into this. And this actually the weightage graphs actually I have given, not just that one. Suppose if you write a topic test, let us say you have taken only the calculus. Now in that calculus, if you write the test, again the calculus subtopics, whatever the subtopics that are there as part of the calculus, that is, suppose if I take calculus and here, right, so this is areas and volumes, and then curve analysis and integration techniques, maximum and minima, multivariable calculus, real functions and limits, and theorems and indeterminate forms, right? In that actually integration techniques actually has got the highest weightage, because there are certain topics which are related to the real analysis in this particular portion. See this, what is the syllabus that was classified for this integration techniques is, see this real integration techniques. So integration, Riemann definite integrals, and indefinite integrals, improper integrals, double and triple integrals, evaluation techniques only. So this is the areas, that means integration techniques. Out of that, mostly what they focus is indefinite integrals and improper integrals. These are all the areas, and sometimes it are Riemann definite integrals. These ones actually are focused more, and that's why actually it has got the highest weightage. Other portions of the calculus are easy, but this portion of the calculus is a little bit tougher. That's why actually they focus more on this particular area. See this 17.27 marks actually that was given here, and it was coming out to be 25%, 25.33% only for this integration techniques area. Got it? Like this actually the subtopic weightage actually we do consider while giving the questions. Got it? So this way actually I have prepared the test series, and here see this. And then actually, so these tests I have given, see this is the default plan of the test series, so covering around 26 tests, and out of that, so 12 different topic tests actually I have given. So 13 topics, 2 topics I have mixed together, and rest of the topics are independently. That is the complex analysis and linear programming, I mixed it. Why? Because of the reason that here you see this complex analysis is average marks is 50 marks, and linear programming is only 37 marks. That's the reason actually these are the 2 lesser weightage marks I have given a joint test. But the rest of the topics actually I have given the full complete topic test. So linear algebra 1 test, and calculus 1 test, analytical geometry 1 test. Like this actually I have covered all the different 12 topics, and then remaining 14 tests are full length tests. These full length tests will cover complete syllabus, right? And so if you write all these 26 tests, you will be covering somewhere around 650 to 700 questions in total, right? And 650 to 700 questions, if you are able to cover within a span of 4 to 5 months, then your preparation is almost done. And you know where exactly you are weak in, you know where exactly you are strong in. All such kind of analysis also you can do. And also, like, once we correct the paper, we will be giving the performance graph also. Performance graph meaning, suppose if you take only this calculus test, and out of this calculus, so how many marks actually that is coming in this particular topic, and what is your score out of it. That means it will give you each and every subtopic wise how much is the weightage you have got, or actually how much is the percentage you have got for each and every subtopic level details. Actually you will get it, and these tests you can submit through WhatsApp. Got it? And we will correct and give it in the same day, and you even the reference solutions also will provide on the same day, and based on that actually you can correct yourself, and then actually you can practice more all that questions, and then you can present well. Got it? So this way, if you are able to write the test completely, then you can be very good in the final examination. And see this actually to give you a reference for other students, like this is a open page, this is IndianCivils test series mathematics page. So you just actually go to this IndianCivils.com, and then actually from there home page you just click on this mathematics, you will be landing on this particular page. And here at the bottom, if you see, here I have given the graph for 2020. So this is 2020 paper. Actually I have given what is the weightage of all the topics, and what is the weightage for one particular topic, that is the linear algebra topic. Actually I have given it's a sample graph, and you can see the average weightage for 2020 here. Similar kind of graphs I'll give for all our students, so that actually they can plan very well out of it. Got it? And so this way actually you can improve your score, and finally you can get very good score in the final examination. Got it? So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Got it? Any questions? Right? Okay, fine. So that's all for today. Yeah, thank you.